Okay, so we're given a data set and asked to find the range and the sample standard deviation. So the range is the difference between the largest and the smallest data value. So you could say max minus the min. So the largest data value here, let's look through. I guess there's a repeat here. There's 4130. Just double check to make sure I copied that down correctly. Yep, 4130 repeats. So that's the maximum, 40,130. And the smallest value, I think it's this guy here, 2930. So minus 2930. So I take 4130 and subtract 2930. And I get 1200. So that's the range for this data set. Now for the sample standard deviation, you can do this by hand. We need to calculate the mean first because the standard deviation is a typical difference from the mean, but there is a shortcut here with our technology. I can also just put these values into my calculator. I'll use the stat function. I want to put these into a list, so I need to use the edit function, which is the first option under this menu. And I want to go to an empty list. L5 is empty for me. You may be in, need to use L1 or L2. So I'll input my values, 3980, 4130, 3200, 3000, 2930, 3840, 4130, and 4050. So do a quick check to make sure you put everything in correctly. Yep, looks good. And I'll go back to my stat menu. For this, I want to scroll over to the calculations menu using the right arrow. The first option here, that means one variable statistics. And that's the option I want. So some calculators, you'll have a prompt. I don't have that feature turned on, so I needed to tell the calculator where to find my data. Mine was in list 5. So I use the second key, and then if I press number 5, it will populate this with L5, which means list 5, and then I can just hit enter. And so I get a whole list of calculations, including the mean, the sample mean, which is 3657.5. And then I get two values for standard deviation, the sample standard deviation and the population standard deviation. I was told that this is a sample, so I want to use the first value, which is 522.1863378. In this particular homework assignment, we were told to round at one decimal place, so I would say that that was 522.2. So this is S, the sample standard deviation.